Hey look, I'm not dead. Robot Collector 64 here, bringing you a new review. After being away for a while, I did make a promise that I'd show this off. Cyclonus and Nightstick, his little target master. Alright, so these guys come from the Battle in Space pack, which is probably sold out in almost every retail ever for a while. Since, you know, I've been busy and I have my own issues and stuff like that, I don't really want to talk about it and whatnot. So it's not really, these guys are probably the better half that's worth the money you pay for this set. If anything, I would just buy Cyclonus on his own if you possibly can find them like that. With Nightstick, of course. You need Nightstick. It's the only way it's going to be fun. Alright, so we're going to start off with Nightstick since I've been holding him this entire time. Nightstick here is a target master, and basically they were mini-cons of some sort, you can say, that transform themselves into guns. And since they can do that, this guy has articulation based on his transformation. Let's see, can I zoom on the face? Decent, you know. The works, decent art detailing. Okay, articulation thanks to transformation. So let's get this guy onto gun mode, because I'm kind of on a rush here. So, you do that. You flip his toes upwards like this. Connect that. Then just close the fist like this. And that's really about it. I know some people who do this for their transformation, but I don't like it. I like doing this. So that's basically Nightstick. That's all he can really do. Onwards to the real guy. The one that probably most of you have actually been waiting for me to put up. The 6 subscribers I actually have. Maybe less. Cyclonus here is another reveal the shield bulk something. I can't really say. I don't curse really. Let's see, does it still work? Yay! This is the Decepticon, like no one has ever noticed that. So this makes him technically the bad guy, but he is one awesome. Look at him. You do not see kibble on this guy. And I just dropped him with my camera. Oh my god. This is like the 90th time today. I have been having such terrible luck. I do not have a display for my camera, and I think you just saw a piece of my face, which you don't need to. Oh my god. I've been having like the worst luck today. I don't even have a stand anymore because my old camera broke because of my sister, and I lost my old, and the old stand doesn't work with it. And oh boy, the list of excuses goes on and on and on. So Cyclonus here. Have you ever seen a transformer with no kibble? They would pretty much be like Retro Fighter or something like that, some type of model figure. Not really a transformer himself. But this guy, oh boy. You can hardly tell there's even kibble in the first place. That is one massive moment of like, wow. I already lost the trail of words. That's how impressive it is. You really can't say much about it. It's just amazing. This guy's articulation is also not that bad. He can turn his hands. He can't turn his fists because they're part of his transformation. Turn his elbows, bend them. Turn his arms, have 360. His legs have a knee. They have toes thanks to transformation. Swivel. His head can rotate. That's about it. He can't look up or down. And he has light piping, which I can't really show today because I don't have my flashlight unless I disappear again for the next 5 seconds. Which I can't really do because I have a couple... I don't even know where my own flashlight is today. I'm really tired, I'm sleepy, I can't really do much, okay? I'm sorry as hell. I will redo this review, I promise that. But for now, this is what I'm gonna do. Cyclonus here. If anyone's ever seen G1s, Was season 3, pretty much second in command, or was it second, or was it third? Well, I don't really remember, but he was pretty much Rodimus's arch nemesis in every way possible, if I remember correctly. And he was one hell of a badass for a Decepticon. I mean, if this guy was sticking a gun at you, and he was sure he could kill you, I think most people would be afraid of him. If he could ever see you, that is. Well, Cyclonus here is not of an he's not from Earth, his transformation at all. Yet his transformation, what it lacks in what people would consider normalcy, has a beautiful originality to it that just fits it perfectly in the idea of Cybertronian vehicles. Alright, I'm gonna go transform him, and if anyone heard that weird noise, that's my brother probably blowing his nose since he's dying. Oh wait, actually before I transform him, I want to show you this. In America, there was 2 ways to do it. I showed the Americans' way with the fist. In Japan, they added this nice little thing with Nightstick that if you do this, there's a little peg in the back of Nightstick. Plug it in. Japanese Cyclonus mode activated. He has a target master in this mode like that, which is pretty impressive for someone, for people who actually haven't seen the Japanese version of the figure, or didn't really know about this, which probably almost everyone should know by now. Alright, so Cyclonus here, to make things simple. Wow. I really hope no one saw me there. Oh, no wonder. Cyclonus here. You bend these in. I'm gonna turn him into jet mode since I was just talking about it for 5 minutes of failure. I'm gonna make a montage of my own failures, possibly. Quite possibly. It sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? You get to laugh at my mistakes. Laugh at my foolishness. Laugh at me just not learning how to do a review the right way sometimes. Alright. You do this. You pop the cockpit. No one say anything. His head. Basically just rotate his head. Is any of this transformation obviously being seen? I don't know. Hopefully it is. I'm horrible right now. You have like the front pieces of ship. For the back of his feet here. You do this, basically you're going to close it up. Both ways. Open his legs. Split them like this. Close it again. I'll show you here. Open sesame. This basically becomes a back burner or thrusters or whatever you want to call it. Cyclonus' Cybertronian ship. Flip this over, go like this. Flip this over. Flip the arm over. And voila! That's Cyclonus in his Cybertronian space thingamajig mode. This pretty much G1 Cyclonus, meet your maker. This guy basically zooms past everything you would expect out of a Transformer. It's sure you see a tiny bit of robot kibble on it, tiny bit, but what this thing is really subtle when it comes to being a transformed jet creature from another dimension. Most Transformers are never like this these days. That's the sad part. Subtle transformations, no overbearing. They have to look like they're still the movie aesthetics. I'm sorry. I would have to agree with TJ Omega that I'm kind of getting sick of the movie aesthetics. The only guy I really ever wanted in the movie lines There were a few Decepticons. Devastator himself, if his little gigantic leader class form had transforming limbs. Something's wrong with me today. I wanted Sideswipe, not the third movie. I didn't like the third movie. I like his weapon, but not him, his vehicle form. I don't know, something about robots and swords. It makes it cool to me. Very few Transformers honestly appealed to me in the movie line. And well, this guy, being Generations, and most of the reviews I have are Generations, this guy probably easily beats almost all of them. Maybe all of them in the first place. This guy works really well with with Megatron and Soundwave. That's one thing for sure. And the blaster can hook up over here at this little hole in the head. So he could blast you out of the sky if he felt like it. There is a few minor nitpicks on mine, I have to admit. Like, right here. This wing, for some reason, it pegs fine over here, but when it comes to down here, well, not pegging at all. While, for some reason, sometimes this is really loose, and it might just be the plastic. Some parts are thinner than the others. I don't know if anyone else has these issues with the American set. Because Japan had also their own version of this, the Transformers United line. And theirs was much better off than ours. Honestly, I thought theirs looks amazing compared to ours, but I don't have that type of money. I mean, like, if you see what I'm putting up next, you'll see why I don't have that money anymore. Wow. I will admit, though, the next review I'm putting up is going to be a movie line toy, and probably one of my favorites from it. At the same time, I kind of wish I didn't spend the money on that one. Well, it wasn't really me. My brother bought that one. But that's his fault, not mine, now, is it? But, hey, I'm a reviewer, and he doesn't really play with it, so I can actually look at it and mess around with it. Cyclonus being the ultimate badass he is. Alright, pros and cons. You see? Loose as hell. Not really much you can say right now. It's just a really good figure. I would totally recommend them. There's nothing really much else I can say here. He's a really great figure. I would suggest you get him. If you can get him alone without Rodimus, go ahead. As long as it's somewhere between $30 to $35, go ahead if you get the 2-pack. Cyclonus alone, I would recommend $15 to $20. Just because I honestly think he's worth that much. Well, this is really all I have to say. I'm a collector, signing off. Peace.